everybody. Welcome back to another thrilling episode of the eyeBytes podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel, and with me, as always, the Ronan Dex to my John Shepherd, Sajandeep. How you doing, man?
I am doing well. I'm just waiting for the day where you have nothing to say. But
that shit can happen. So we're continuing another episode. We had a wonderful interview with our good friend Shane. That will be coming out in the new year. We asked Shane if he'd like to join us for this episode as well, and he graciously agreed to join us to talk about tech. So for starters, again, thanks for being with us, Shane. It's awesome to have you again.
Oh, great to be back.
Awesome. Thank you for making out the time for this.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, this is going on first.
Yeah.
I can't say, this is trippy. I'm tripping here, man. I'm tripping.
Yeah, we're going back in time here, geez. It's going to get kind of weird.
Oh my God, this is some bad ganja here. This is some bad.
So yeah, like I said, we had an interview with Shane about talking about DJ and how he got into it and the kind of music and the theory of music, and it was very interesting. And it got really long, so we're going to break that into 2 episodes. So that interview is going to be coming out in the new year, like I said, and so we're going to cover some of the mainstream and assistive technology news that came out in the past couple of months. And like I said, Shane graciously agreed to join us as well. So we're going to kick off things with Apple came out with a new update, Sag 26.2. I'm glad it's finally here because it fixed one of the glitches I had with Safari where when you try to refresh a page, it wouldn't refresh, but 26.2 has fixed this. So any other things you might want to tell us about 26.2?
Yeah, you actually reported.
Like you stuff to add?
You actually requested me to report because I do have that feedback app because I run betas on my devices. You asked me to report some bugs that you were having on the podcast app. If you hit the more button, there was something that the voiceover was saying that's like it was saying dimmed, but it wasn't dimmed or it wasn't grayed out. So I reported that and they fixed it. And then with the TV app, there are still bugs with the TV app where when you search for a show, a movie, you double tap on it, it actually opens the context menu instead of it's behaving like we're triple tapping on it. So I reported that again, but they haven't fixed it yet. So I think they have other priorities right now. As iOS 18 or 26.4 will bring that Siri, the new Siri thing.
26.3.
No, 24, sorry, not 4.4 will bring that, but then 0.3 will have some other features that they have to work with the EU and other companies that are putting lawsuits against Apple. I was going
to say, there are a couple of issues I found, even with 26.2, like that keyboard thing is still an issue when you open up. So I don't know if you got this, Shane, but if you ever, are you an iPhone or Android user, out of curiosity?
I'm actually both.
Oh, both. Okay, cool. So we don't have to kick you off the podcast since you're only Android. No, I'm kidding. We love Android people. I love Android as well. I noticed, for example, when you're pulling up the keyboard on iOS 26, there's the sound the keyboard makes when it appears and disappears, and it seems like it's kind of like a jackhammer. It stutters for a long time, like a few seconds, and it's annoying. So I had to actually go back into the settings and turn off the keyboard
basically
sounds.
The sound, if you have voiceover sounds on, when you turn or if you click a text field and when the keyboard is popping up, that sound, the little the air kind of injecting sound, it repeats. It repeats, and then it sounds like a CD is getting stuck or something. And it's only happening on Dan's phone, and Dan has the iPhone 15, right?
15 Pro Max. In all fairness, I did publish this on AppleVis, and some people have said they have the same issue. Some said they didn't. So I think
I wonder what phones are affected, because I don't have that issue on my phone, and I have a 12 Pro Max. That when I turn voiceover on, it could be our voiceover settings, because obviously you have your voiceover different. Maybe it's your voice. I don't use Samantha. I use Alex. I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, it can be a number of things. I turned them off, so it's no big deal. And I think even in the TV app, for example, I noticed that recently, if you have shows that you watch and you go, you open the TV app, you go to the home tab, and that continue watching section, you normally used to have the name of the episode or the show, and then you'd have the season number, the episode number, and how much time you had left. Now it doesn't even read the episode name or the show name anymore. It just says season 2, episode 3, 31 minutes. I'm like, okay, but what show is this? It's confusing. Have you encountered any issues with yourself, Shane, on your iPhone, or?
I have not. No,
No.
I'm impressed with 26 from the get go. Like for the most part, I was on the beta program since June. Certainly over the past couple of years, they've gotten a lot better with these releases than back in the day when when they first started doing it. I think it was iOS 9 or iOS 10, where it was just a complete train wreck.
Yeah.
Like literally you had to be a real adventurous type to even think about doing the beta program back in those days.
I was lucky, Shane. One day I was in high school and I used to bring my 12.9 inch iPad Pro when they first introduced that 12.9 inch version with that magic keyboard. And later on, the school board bought me the same one, but for school because they didn't want me to bring my own personal one, just in case if it broke or whatever. But before that even happened, I was running betas on that too because I just loved getting the new features. Because watching YouTube videos to see what the new features, I'm like, I want this now. I don't care about the bugs, right? I know, I understand that there are bugs. I have devices that I can, resolve the issue with. I have a backup and everything, but I was very lucky. I updated it during lunchtime, and it was working fine, no problem. But then at 3 o'clock, like 2:50 to 2:40 or whatever, it got stuck on a boot loop. So I was very lucky before the school day ended, like 10 minutes before the school day ended, it got stuck on a boot loop. I guess I know what I'm doing when I get home tonight. Gotta grab a glass of milk, Oreo cookies, replug this computer in, and get to town,
Never do updates before or anything, because like even for example, Jaws came out with an update today, and I'm like, I wonder if I should update. I'm like, no, we're about to record a podcast. Screw it. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to do it because I don't want to mess anything up.
Yeah, the update sometimes takes longer. And again, I had my mixer was updating, and I have an old recording from a different podcast that I'm recording as well, which I'll tell you about later on. And
you have another podcast? This is not the only one you do?
No, I do other things too.
Cheating son of...
Now the truth comes out.
Clowns are coming out, man.
But you Shane, what do you think of iOS 26? I know, how much vision do you have? Like, do you have?
Depends. I think 20 over 200 to 20 over 400 depends on the time of day and whatever. So I have some vision. I guess some people would call it a high functioning or something like that.
Okay.
So, but like I said, I delve a little more about this in the other podcast, and not this other clandestine podcast, but the other episode of eyeBytes. And I had to make that clear, so it's not two of us stepping out on you, but Daniel. But the cornea situation, my needs change throughout the day, even by the hour sometimes. But anyway, iOS 26, I like a lot. I know in the beginning with some of the early beta, some of the effects were pretty funky, especially because a lot of it used with glass. A lot of it employed a lot of the HDR.
I know a lot of people did not like that. I kind of liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah, me too. Like when you for example, like if you're in iMessage and you change the background, and you clicked on or tapped on the text field. Yo, it blasted you with a flash, with the colorful flash. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. But it was draining the battery quite a bit, and I think people just don't like it. Some people just do not like HDR at all.
Peyton mentioned that to me too, and he loved it. Like Peyton loves that kind of stuff too.
I just wish I had another device that I could keep it on that previous version. The thing that with iOS 26.2 also Apple introduced is a slider on the lock screen, so you can adjust how clear the clock is versus how frosty the clock is.
Yeah.
And then in the settings for under display and brightness settings, there is a setting to go back to like a frosted glasser look throughout the whole operating system, or a more clear clear glass, more glassy look basically. People want the same kind of slider that they brought to the clock. They kind of want something similar so they can fine tune it more. I kind of personally like the glassier effect, but do you have this issue? Sometimes, when you like tap or when you highlight a piece of text, you get a little floating window saying copy paste to the little bar. Sometimes I have a hard time finding that thing.
Sometimes it just doesn't come up. like, and you keep tapping, 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 and finally, and the annoying part is sometimes you keep tapping,
and you deselect everything.
And then all of a sudden you tap it again and it disappears again. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta start from scratch again. Tap, tap, tap.
Especially when you're using Zoom, because I use the triple tap finger to zoom in, and then when you do that, sometimes that bar goes away, and as you're zooming into it, and I'm like, oh my god, I got to find it again. Then when you touch the wrong way, somewhere like because you have a little circle, that little grabber when you're highlighting, and when you're zoomed in, you sometimes are off by an inch or two from that, and when you tap, it de-highlights everything or deselects everything. And you're like, oh my god, I gotta select everything again and then find it. And then sometimes that bar is above the text, sometimes it's below the text, and I just wish it's more consistent. Anyway,
but any new thing that they've added that you guys absolutely adore, that it's like about time they brought this?
New features wise, I think they're working on bug fixes at the moment. That's what they're kind of doing with with 0.3. They're fixing with bugs. I think this year, if you noticed, Dan, in the past, what they would do is WWDC, they will introduce a bunch of features, and then throughout the year they will roll it. With 26, they kind of had everything in place but then with 26.3 or 0.2, they're just refining liquid glass at this point, because it's a whole new thing, and people are sending a bunch of feedback to Apple, and they want to just refine it. And because they with iOS 7, how much of a shit show that was. It was really, really buggy, and people are still having a lot of bugs. Even with Mac OS, I'm having a lot of bugs. It's driving me nuts. I think at this point they're just refining it, and they're also waiting for 26.4 so they can introduce that Siri feature that has been delayed for a year now.
Yeah, a long time. I was going to say something. The AirDrop feature, you mentioned that was another thing they brought up, and the versioning numbering now. Because before it used to be like version 10, 11, 12, and they've taken a page out of Freedom Scientific's book where they've changed the version now, so all the platforms have the same version number. Because that was something that drove me nuts. Like, iOS 18 and WatchOS 11 and tvOS 12. It's like
Vision OS 2.
Now it's like just everything's version 26, and I like it because now you don't have to worry.
It is a lot better in that regard. And you mentioned AirDrop, and the new features that they mentioned that I was going to talk to you about was the AirDrop feature that Apple did. Is before, what happened is, remember there was like a bunch of stories where people were sending AirDrop, like just weird pictures in buses, airplanes, and whatnot, airports. They were just dropping weird things to random people. So Apple introduced a feature where instead of, because you had change it to contacts only or change it to everyone, but then they changed it to everyone for 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, it would switch back to contacts only. Or if you want to turn it off, you can turn it off, right? Manually. But now what they did was in 26.2, they allow you to have, there are codes that you have to share now. If you want to share with a person that you don't have in your contacts, there's a one-time code. You do that, and boom, it's done. And then the next time, you can even go into your contacts app or even the AirDrop settings. There are like unknown contacts. Will show up there, and you can remove them or you can add them to your contacts if you want to later on. There's that, and then also the EU, and I don't know which country it was exactly, which government was telling Apple that you need to, not have different protocols with Bluetooth. So they unified it where now you can AirDrop to a Google Pixel. Currently, it's only with a Google Pixel 10, but they said that Google said that other companies will be rolled out soon. So, and other phones, even Galaxies and stuff. So Samsung. So I'm kind of excited about that. I think AirDrop was a big feature where people were saying that you have AirDrop. Android doesn't have that when they were doing comparisons. So now that they can use the share feature, I don't know what it's called on Android, but Quick Share, I think it's called. Now that you have that, I think it'll be more fun. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, then also, like, for example, like iMessage, we had for a while, it was always iPhone to iPhone, and Android, you always had that, was it the blue or green bubble, whatever they called it?
Yeah, it's green bubble for Android users.
Now, with the adoption of RCS, with Android and iPhone, like I have my manager who has an Android. When I text him now, that's another thing I love about having voiceover on the iPhone is when you open up a new iMessage, if you add a new contact and you look at the edit field, it'll tell you, oh, it's iMessage or it's RCS or it's a text message. You're like, okay, I know what to expect now. And the nice thing with RCS is like you can send images and stuff like that, and those people will still see it.
It's more
or
high
if you like or reacted to a message, they'll see it as well. Though, so it's kind of nice that Apple and Google are playing nice a little bit, and they're kind of like merging certain things together so they can play nice together.
I think that's it's a big thing. I think no, I don't know if RCS supports like the internet, like how iMessage, you can across the globe, you can send someone a iMessage for free as long as you both have internet access. I don't know if RCS is the same or if it's still using the same protocol kind of thing with text message, where if you do,
I want to say it's probably using the same as iMessage and not text message, but I could be wrong.
I could be wrong as well. I don't know. I don't want to confirm, and then people are sending messages like, this person told me you can, and then I get charged. So until I don't get charged, I can't confirm. So
with 26.2, is that where CarPlay and Tesla came around as well? Because you mentioned that as well. Like now Tesla's going to have CarPlay support.
No, not Swiss 26.2. Yeah, no, it's not that. Tesla has to add that with their own update. They were thinking to do it with at least the leaks and rumors. I was going off of that, and they were saying that Tesla is working on it, and then they may release it with the holiday update. So every holiday, nice. Christmas holiday, they will do it. The holiday update's here, and it's not here yet. So I don't know how long that's going to take them. But the way that they were kind of pitching it was you have a 15-inch display on the Cybertruck, but then you have a 13-inch display in front of you, and you have like other models like the Model S, Model X, Model 3. But because right now with other cars, when you have Apple CarPlay, it takes over the whole entire system. But with Tesla, they're going to do a picture within picture, basically, where you'll have your CarPlay experience off to the side, and then you can still use your Tesla maps and whatever, you can still control your car separately, which is kind of nice because I know my brother loves to use Waze to like see if there's any accidents reported or on the street when there's police officers around them or whatever, right? Waze is really good at that. Now, having your phone next to the display, he doesn't have to do that anymore. He can leave it on the wireless charging pad, and he can just use Waze on the actual Tesla display. So that'll be kind of nice.
Yeah, and another thing on the Apple bandwagon here. I heard a rumor from 9 to My Mac, and I'm like, I am definitely getting one of these. For you guys, I'm curious to know if it's something you would think. Apple is rumored to be making a Meta Ray-Ban clone or copy. Well, their version of that, anyways, called, I don't know if they're going to call it the Vision Air, which, Tim Cook, if you want to call me, Vision Air, perfect name for it. I'll take some, I copyrighted first. I said it first, though, I have to say. I'm the one that said, I would love it if Apple ever made these Vision Air versions of glasses where it's like the Meta Ray-Bans, and look at that, they're doing that. So they obviously, Tim Cook listens to our podcast. It's clear, because he took my idea. So Tim, I'm here if you want to give me some royalties here or copyright, that'd be great. But I have to say, I heard this. I'm like, I'm definitely buying one of these if the price is right. Now, the reason why is because I don't know if you guys have. I know, Sad, you have a pair. Shane, I'm not sure. Do you have a pair of the Meta Ray-Bans?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I will tell you both: if you are getting ready to go somewhere, don't have them on your head, because if you accidentally walk into a wall, even if it's just gently bumping into the wall, these things will break. Because I've had two pairs where I've accidentally bumped into a wall. Like, I'm not saying I'm running to the wall and smashing into it, or I'm just gently I'm walking a decent slow speed for a blind person trying to navigate my house without walking into a wall. And if I don't turn quick enough, sometimes I'll bump into the wall, and no physical damage whatsoever, no cracks, no scratches on the glasses. But after I hit the wall, the first pair, they were working fine. I went golf, mini putting with colleagues for work. It was a work thing. And by the end of the day, one of the speakers stopped working. I was like, that's weird. Thankfully, had the warranty, so brought them back to where I bought them. I bought them at my local optician. They sent them back to Ray-Ban. Took 5 months to get them back. Ray-Ban were not the quickest. I think that was during the Canada Post strike as well during the holidays last year. So it took a while. I finally got them back. I was meeting some friends about a month or two ago for lunch. Same thing, wearing them on my head, walking around, getting ready. Turned around, didn't turn around fast enough, and accidentally bumped into a wall again. This time, they weren't on. And when I turned them on, the right speaker was stopped working. I'm like, now the warranty's done. I can't return these. They're broken. No. And I tried the other day recharging them up and turning them back on. Now they won't turn on at all. And I'm like, for $500 freaking dollars, are you trying to tell me that you can't make these things prone? Like I get it. It's, you hit a wall, things can break, but I've got the Bose frames. I've hit walls before with these things and they still work. And yet Meta Ray-Bans, which are like probably twice the price, you hit a wall, no, they break right away. I'm like, it frustrates. So I'm like, I'm not buying these ever again. But I'm telling everybody I know, if you have a pair, if you're getting ready to go somewhere, don't have them on your head.
Even that, I think when you do not have your pair for 5 months, they should extend your warranty.
Yeah, well,
because I know that like Apple, or I know I'm talking again for Apple, but I think because I know I've been through it, where when you don't have your device, they pause your Apple Care or your coverage in the meantime.
But it's like, I loved Ray-Bans. Like, I don't know how much you guys use yours, but I used to love, I never really trusted it 100% because if I went for a walk outside, that's where I loved wearing them, is playing my music or even just playing, what's the app that we use there for GPS?
Voice Vista.
No, Voice Vista. We use that one for like the soundscape, kind of like the old Microsoft Soundscape. It was great, but I would ask you like, hey, is there a car? I'm walking alongside the road. I'm like, are there cars parked alongside the road? And say, no. Next thing you know, I walk into a bumper. I'm like, it's like the car's 5 feet in front of you and you didn't see it. And you tell me there's no cars and I walk right into a car. So I never really trusted them mainly for that, but I did love using them for the Voice Vista, the GPS app in my ear. So I don't know if you guys, how do you guys use your Ray-Bans? I know, Saj, I'm not sure how much you use it, but Shane, do you use them a lot or?
I don't use them as much as I thought I would. I'll be honest with you. I don't. I guess I don't, because we're coming too far. I got mine about 2-3 months ago. We're coming into the fall, so I don't do as much walking outside as I would have done in the summer. But I use them for doing videos if I'm at a wedding or an event, and I want to show like a really cool ratio, like a point of view, essentially Gonzo journalism, and I'm doing my mixes. And then I'm not having to hold the phone. I can use both hands to do a mix or transition. And, they don't sound as good. Like the microphones don't sound as good as my iPhone, but the video quality is actually pretty good. I've got the Gen 2s.
Gen 2s. Okay, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I know the Gen 2s does have an upgraded camera. But the way that I use mine, I still have the Gen 1s as well. But the way that I wanted to use them was, now I have some vision. I can ride an e-bike, no problem. But then finding things in the store is a little harder for me. Like I can get to the bread aisle, no problem. Finding the one that I want, for example, I was going to say, okay, Meta, take a picture and like tell me what this is, right? Then it sees a person and then it says, sorry, because there's a person security-wise or location-wise, you have to give it access to your location 24/7. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. So I'm having a little bit of hiccups here and there. And then oftentimes I would say I will get a message saying, especially in a mall, that your phone has been disconnected. Please connect your phone again. I'm having that issue quite a bit.
The location thing I find odd because I never gave Meta access to my location at all. And if I asked the AI, hey, take a look and tell me what you see, it worked. So I find it surprising for you, like it doesn't work, because it's, for me, it
wasn't a public. I mean, even though it wasn't a public store, too, I have no idea.
Because like you can't, if I asked it like, hey, where am I? Then I would get, okay, location might, since I disabled it, it might not get it right. No. I could say, hey, I'm in this location here, and then it would remember. But then if I shut it off and turn it back on,
I think it could have been that I was on a bad signal, because I remember like FaceTiming. Okay. I think I remember FaceTiming my mom to see where is it or where I have to go to like find whatever she wanted me to buy. day, because around 5 p.m. the traffic here is insane. So I like to just go on my bike and use the bike lane. It's so much faster to get to it. And that's why she always sends me if she needs something, because on my bike I can get there a lot faster and come back. Instead of sitting in traffic all the time and wasting gas. But the FaceTime was having issues, like she was using it's blurry, it's cutting out. So it could be that my connection's bad. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, like I started wearing my Bose again, but they're a bit more bulky than the Ray-Bans. So I do miss the Ray-Bans for the slimness, because I was very impressed on the size and how small they made them.
They did, yeah.
Even when I bought my first pair, I bought them from Amazon. When I got them, I was like, wow, these are really small. I'm like, but then I realized Amazon screwed up and sent me a regular pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses. I was like, how did they make them so small? They're really slim. And where do I plug the freaking USB-C cable? Like, there's no plug here. I'm like, oh crap, they sent me the wrong glasses. But even when I actually got them, I was like, they're pretty slim. I'm like, wow, these are pretty nice. They're not as big and bulky as the Bose frames were. So I'm hoping with Apple, if they make something like this. Now, granted, Shlomo is, no offense, dumb as rocks. I hope they improve Shlomo a little bit. And in case you're wondering, Shane, instead of triggering people's smart speakers or smart assistants, we change the words. So, for example, the SIRI, I say, hey, Shlomo. And then the Google version, I say, hey, Guillermo. And then the Amazon ones, I usually say, Alyosha. So I got that from Andy Anatko from This Week in Tech. That's what he did. But yeah, so with the Shlomo, I hope they improve that a little bit. But from what I hear, like it's going to be like the Meta Ray-Bans with a camera and no display from what I hear. And it's going to have Shlomo built in, which if they can improve Shlomo and do the photo and have a bit of ChatGPT in there, that'd be great. Because that's primarily what I use the Ray-Bans for, was like, hey, what am I looking at? Granted, you could go into privacy concerns with Meta, with your data. That's why I always tell people, if you're using any AI, not just Meta AI, if you're using any AI, don't give it personal information. Be aware that stuff will be online and on their servers. And if you're not comfortable with that, don't do that. What am I looking at? Like a can of something, and that's fine, but I wouldn't be showing them my credit card bill.
Well, that's 100% sure. So on Tuesdays, we have our tech talk calls with CNIB, right? So
shout out to Kevin.
Yeah, big shout out to Kevin. We were talking about something with AI and privacy and stuff, because we talk about AI every week, about every single every week, right? So anyway, and I don't know if you heard, but Meta came out and they said that they're going to be using our AI responses to basically advertise target ads to you.
Oh God.
Okay, so the problem with that is, now I mentioned something really, really cool, and Kevin kind of loved this. I said, okay, if I go to, like I was mentioning the bread thing, right? Like I go to a store, take a picture of the bread, like, Meta, what kind of bread is this? Oh, I'm looking for this kind. Well, guess what? Now Meta knows what kind of bread I want. Yeah. And then they're going to say, okay, this is the best butter that goes with it. So I'm going to advertise you this with you, and then this and that and that and that, and things go on and on and on. And now you don't even know. So it's not even just credit cards. It's everything you ask. So, and I will say right now, I have many. Claude, I have Gemini, I have whatever the
Envision, Perplexity,
and then I have the Tesla one as well. Grok, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they all have a setting.
Full of Grok.
they all have. The funny thing is, Grok unhinged. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, for a while, he was like. Talking about, not want to say, but
I know. But then I just want to say, if you go into your settings, there is a setting in there to learn. So allow your conversation history to be, so we can use it to learn or improve our models. I always turn that off, but even if you do that with Meta, they will still use your information.
Oh yeah.
So be aware of that. Use it to your own. Like, I know I love seeing AI, and that's from Microsoft. Oh, yeah. And I absolutely love
Especially the short text version where it's all local.
That I use today a lot, and I absolutely love it, because I had some dental papers that I wanted to go through, and I'm like, there were some checks and stuff. I'm like, I'm not using the document feature. I would love to, but I had to pick it up and then put the phone back down. That way it doesn't see any other text and then repeat itself. I love that feature. A lot.
Yeah. Well, here's hoping. I think 2027 is when they're rumored to release these things. If the price is right, because Apple, how they love to put a premium price on their product. Like look at the AirPods Max, $800. I'm sorry, they're not worth $800. They're great quality headphones, but they ain't worth $800. And hopefully these Vision Airs, I'll say it, Vision Airs. It's kind of catchy because you're visionary. But anyways, it's if they come up with these things and they're as good as the Ray-Bans, I will feel a bit more comfortable with Apple's iteration versus Ray-Ban. But only time will tell. But yeah, I hope the price is right because I want to buy a pair so badly. But please, Tim, I know you're listening here. Black, make it black, and make sunglasses out of it as well. Replaceable lenses. Have like prescription lenses or shade like sunglasses. Like, come on, Tim. If you want us to test it, feel free to reach out to us. We'll be glad to test them for you and review them over the podcast. No problem.
Imagine white pair of glasses with yellow lenses.
That'd be kind of cool, actually. They have different colors, though. Actually, Shane, what color scheme would you like in sunglasses, or do you really care?
For me, sunglasses are not really my friend. I have the clear metas.
Okay.
So, in my case, I have like pinhole type pupils, so I need all the light I can get in there. So,
okay.
Have you ever checked out that Meta on Amazon? You can buy the ones with the transition lens. They're clear, and then when you go outside, they turn dark, but they don't turn as dark as I personally need it to be. But maybe it could be good for you because I don't know. I mean, like you said, you need light, so.
Okay, transitions. From what I understand, the transitions are activated by UV light.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm at weddings. One of the things which is unique to me is that I use UV light at weddings.
Okay.
Okay. Jeez. That would trigger the sunglass part.
You're like, why is everything dark in here? What's going on?
Yeah.
Am I losing my eyesight?
I wear my sunglasses at night, but it's...
good 80s reference there. Sorry, Saj. About time we're making references that I bloody understand. Jeez.
But because it's funny because I bought these UV lights on Amazon and they're I made a point I don't like buying the 400 nanometer ones. I bought the 100 watt 365 nanometers because I didn't want everything to be purple, but I wanted stuff to pop like the old school fluorescent the tube lights.
Oh yeah.
And so I got those and it looks really good. But the problem is sometimes my phone's nearby. I'm looking over, I say, why is my phone blasting out light from the display? And I realize, it's picking up the UV stuff.
Jeez. Oh man.
But you talk about the AirPods Max. While I'm not getting a pair of those, my son is getting a pair of the Sennheiser HDB 630. I will report back to you guys about those. Just to let you know, apparently they're audiophile grade headphones. They got a USB-C dongle.
Nice.
And that's one of Peyton's Christmas gifts.
I think I heard Flossie mention those, I remember hearing those. They might be those. I remember they might even be on my wish list, I think. I just saw the price tag. I was like, I was like, I'll have to save up for a few months for that one. Like for now, like I think we're wearing the Biodynamics for podcasting as well. So they're pretty comfy as well.
They're very nice.
I even have the NT1s, I think, that they came out with, which I do like because they have the Braille on them. But I
actually have Braille on them.
Yeah, they have Braille, to show the left or right speaker.
That's
or the
cool.
Headphone. So, anyway, so moving on. So yeah,
I was very lucky to get them for $650.
It's kind of old tech.
Well, yeah, it's been around for a while now.
It's old tech, but I'm so surprised that they refreshed them with USB-C versions, but they still had the same chip, and I'm like, hello.
Well, it's like last year when Apple came out with the Ultra 2. I was looking forward to buying a new watch last year. Yeah. And I was like, we're looking, because I bought the 15 Pro Max the previous year. I got a nice gaming laptop a couple years before that. And I was like, I'm going to go buy the watch. I'm going to spoil myself. Yeah. And when they said, we're at a new Apple Ultra. I'm like, oh, great. They're going to talk about this one. It says, it's last year's model, but now it's black. I was like, seriously? Are you effing kidding me? I was like, well, I guess I'm not buying a watch this year. Although this year now I'm going for the Ultra 3 this year. So I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, I was like a bit disappointed last year.
Oh, by the way, that reminds me of the Simpsons when you mentioned, oh, look, it's black. Now this is an early 90s reference. Do you remember the Malibu Stacy, Lisa Lionheart?
Yeah.
And she got this Lisa Lionheart doll, and then all of a sudden there's some clerk or whoever it is, it pulls up the big stack of new Malibu Stacy's, and it comes, she's got a new hat or something like that. And it's like, that's why I come out. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's black.
Yeah, I know. It's like same thing, but it's just one little change, and everybody's freaking out and they want to buy. I'm like, oh my goodness. But yeah, anyway,
same boat as you.
Yeah, pretty much. So, all right, now we're going to shift away from Apple stuff. Moving on to assistive technology news. Something I heard of, and I'm like, this is like awesome. HumanWare came out with a new Braille, or they announced, I don't know when they're releasing it, but they announced a new Braille display. It's called the BrailleNote Evolve. And the reason why I brought this up is it's not just a Braille display, refreshable Braille display. I think you can have a 20 or a 40 cell, but it's got a Perkins keyboard. They're coming out with a QWERTY keyboard down the road. But the key thing is it has Windows 11 built in.
Wait, what?
Oh,
yeah. And I was like, whoa, what? And so they have their I think it's called Keysoft, their UI software that's built in. So beginners will start it and they'll be like, okay, they're in software they're familiar with. But then eventually, once you get more comfortable, you can switch it over to Windows 11 Pro. I think it's 11 Pro or a version of Windows 11, and it's running off this display. And you're running usual Windows on it, and it's like that is like.
Do you know what like kind of chip it would be? It will have or no?
I don't remember the specs. You have to look online on HumanWare's website. But to me, it's like I know that we had another Braille display. I think it would attach to like a station and that had Windows in it. I'm blanking on the name, but when I saw this, because I have the HumanWare, but the HIMS, what do they call it again? It's one of their Braille displays. I'm blanking on the name, but it was like the 32 cell Braille display, and I loved it. But it's a Perkins, and I wanted to use a Perkins for a while, but then I kind of found myself gravitating towards a QWERTY keyboard. And I have a friend of mine, Kathleen, who has the Mantis Q40. And I had a chance to play around with it. But I found the keyboard I'm used to using the Logitech MX keyboard. And the Mantis Q40, the keys felt plasticky and they were nice. It was a nice device, but it didn't tickle my fancy. So I always thought, well, take HIMS quality because they make beautiful quality hardware, and give it like the Logitech type of keyboard feel with the Mantis Braille display, and make it like for example, like a 60 cell display, like a full size keyboard. And I'm like, take my money. Because that is what I'm looking for, like an MX Keys type of keyboard with the numpad, the quality of HIMS, QWERTY keyboard, numpad, and everything. But then a 60 Braille display, dude. I mean, like you can't pry the money out of my wallet fast enough. I'm like, that's what I'm looking for, because I want a Braille display, but having the display and a keyboard kind of takes a bit of room. But having all in one, like a good quality keyboard with a Braille display, like that would be what I'm looking for. But
I think Shane, your son loves to take things apart and mess with it, right? Imagine you. I'm just picturing your son taking this and just taking it apart and like upgrading the chip and everything and making it a beast. if it's doable.
I don't know if you can put like a video card on this thing though, but I guess. But
I mean, that's what he did with the Christmas lights.
You put a video card in the Christmas lights?
No. He basically bought these Govee curtain lights.
Oh, I love Govee.
And he basically took the controller off it, and he soldered on another one so he could use it with WLED.
Oh man.
And along with so basically we have these two sets of Christmas lights. So upstairs window, downstairs window, and they're both work with each other. And so he's got like one setting is like flames, and it looks like the two windows like just. The flames are from the bottom window, but the licks of the flames go up through the second window on the second floor. It's the coolest thing. So,
did you see the new thing that they came out with? The new garage door one, where you can like light up your whole entire garage door, but then you can like have different pictures up there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild. Like it uses the LEDs to like have different pictures, and you can like upload your own photos on your garage door. And I'm just kind of, I want to buy that, and I want to put a word saying "parties at my house, come over" or something.
Yeah, you might not want to do that. Really, I would see them putting like, depending on how good the quality of the image is, I could see them putting like having the image like almost like you're entering a garage, or for example, like you're entering the Batcave, or you're entering like a sort of a sci-fi garage or something, and it's like you have that picture of the if you're looking at the door, it's kind of like you're looking inside the Batcave or something. You're like, ooh, but it's just an image like that. I know
it's so cool. Like with their Govee thing that you can like interlink all these lights together. It's kind of cool. But Shane, I did buy a lamp that has, it's like 3 lights in one basically. So you have this lamp, and then there's light, like it's all LEDs. So there's light shining like a spotlight underneath. So if you're like sitting underneath reading a book or something, you can use it as a regular lamp. And then on the rim, there's a light going around it. So it's illuminating your whole entire house, like your whole room.
Wow.
Right? And then at the top, there's a projector, which is like shining lasers to the ceiling. And you can make different like shapes and stuff. It's so cool. Because I have high ceiling.
Yeah.
That it looks so cool.
Wow.
It looks so cool.
Now, can you put an image that you want to project above? Like,
I haven't tried that yet. Is this a new thing? But I'm thinking because it's a projector, I'm sure you will be. You should be able to
put the Enterprise dangling in the air,
curious.
or a Klingon bird of prey, or Voyager. That'd be great. Space station?
Yeah. What is it? What is it? Because I'm curious. Why do you say that was? I want to see it on Amazon. I just want to have a look.
Yeah, for sure. I can pull it up while Dan is.
I got to see this.
We can share it afterwards, but yeah, it's pretty cool though. It's like I might want to go buy one of these.
They're not cheap. I will say that they're not cheap, but they're nice. They're like $200 something for a lamp. It's wild.
That's nothing.
I know for us it's nothing, no problem. But Dan's like, oh no, I'm joking.
I'm poor. I'm cheap, so sorry.
Yeah, so it's called the Govee Uplighter. So uplight and then ER in the end. Floor lamp. For living room, blah blah blah. So yeah, check it out.
Okay.
I got 179 here, and
that's about it.
Oh wow, look at that.
That's not bad.
Isn't it wild?
Not bad for a lamp, huh?
I think it was on sale when I got it.
$79.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
And it connects with like Apple HomeKit has like Matter support. So
now, is it like a pedestal lamp, or is it like when it sits on a coffee table?
Like a pedestal one.
Oh, geez. Okay, never mind. I'm buying one because I have a pedestal lamp, and I'm like, that'd be kind of cool to have that in the corner.
Well, there you go. I'll share it with the group. I'll share it with the group.
I know. Geez, tell me about it. I still have to buy those drives for my NAS, and but anyway. So moving on now. So we brought.
Oh, by the way, also no screws required. So when I open this thing, it's so cool. So it's like folded into like the thing that like from the base to the thing is like one piece, right? But like one pole basically. But the pole is like your cane. It's like a white cane. The cable is running through it, right? But then you will like snap it, and then you screw them together, and then basically it keeps it all in one thing. And then if you want to like take it somewhere else, like it's portable, so you can just unscrew it, fold it like a white cane, and then bring it with you wherever you need to bring it.
All right, I guess I'm buying something else for Christmas this year. Thank you, Sach.
No problem.
I hate you now. So moving on. So you brought up the Tiles anti-theft thing. Anti-theft mode. Can you describe more about that? Because I have no clue what the hell this is.
I actually completely forgot why I put it there. Because I put it there for a while. I think it was because people were using it to track people.
Yeah.
And I think they don't have a feature, or they just announced a feature where it will announce, it'll start pinging. I can't exactly remember why I put it there. I think it was because before people were using it to track people, but now they updated it where it's similar to AirTag. It will alert after a certain amount of time it's following you. It will alert the user, hey, there's some tracker following you. So be careful.
I bought, when the AirTags came out, I bought a pack of 4.
Yeah,
I've never bought any other ones ever since. Like I've got I've only had the need for 4. I've got one on, I bought, was it Elgato had a rubber cover for the Apple TV remote, the 4K one, the newer one. And it has a little slot to put the AirTag in it. So I've got one for there. I've got one on my keys. I've got one in my, my backpack. But I also, the 4th one, what I've done is when I went to Lake Joe this summer, I actually duct taped in the inside of my luggage the AirTag, so that way if ever something happened to it, I could find it easily, because there's no way of strapping this inside the luggage. So I'm like, you know what, a friend of mine's like, just duct tape it. I'm like,
I think there was actually a luggage that came out that supported Apple AirTags holder.
Well, you know what, for those of us who can't afford those fancier luggages, I listen to Red Green. I know, Shane, you might remember that Red Green show.
Yes.
The Handyman Secret Weapon duct tape. You can do all sorts of cool stuff with it. It's incredible, and it's dirt.
Now you did duct tape the white part, or the part that you unscrewed facing up.
I don't remember. I just duct taped the thing into the inside of my luggage. Like, I had to open it up, unzip the inner bag to get to the inner plastic, the shell, and then just duct tape that to the inside, and voila. But when I was done, I took it off, and I took it off when I was done. But I was like, perfect, it's there, it's not going anywhere, it's not coming off. But duct tape is really, that thing's like a cockroach. When we have a nuclear explosion, that duct tape will last.
Before, actually, I don't know what I used it for, but I think it was a good ball. Like, we used it to play games with it or something.
Okay, jeez. Anyway.
Oh yeah, no, I think it was that I think our cricket ball broke, or tennis ball broke in half, so we just duct taped the whole thing and made it into like a big ball.
Jeez. Okay. Wow. Tell you, duct tape is it's usable for a lot of stuff, man.
It is. I'm telling you right now. Shane, you have any stories with duct tape you used and cables or whatever?
Duct tape is very important. Even though I'm supposed to use what's called gaffer tape.
Okay.
Because when you use duct tape a lot in my field for taping wires down. Well, truth be told, I really don't tape wires down, because the way I look at it, if I'm not tripping in these wires with 20 or 200 vision at best, you with your 20/20 vision should not have a problem. And if it is, you're just too drunk. So I will say I've had to use duct tape in some interesting ways. I thought it'd be a good idea to duct tape some lights up on a pole or up on a wall, and they came down, crashing down. Luckily, they still work, but it's and it doesn't look too pretty. But
it's the cold that really gets it.
Yeah, and trust me, here there's a lot of cold.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving to the next one. So I don't know what screen reader do you use a screen reader on your computer, Shane, or?
I just get a really big monitor.
Big monitor, okay.
Yeah.
So you use magnifying, I'm guessing. You're a Mac user or a Windows or both?
I'm a Mac user. Sometimes I use Zoom, like a magnifier type, the built-in stuff, and I use it as an Alienware OLED. But I'm
have you ever figured out? Sorry, Dan. I know you want to switch over to something else. But have you encountered where when you zoom in, things get blurry, like images get blurry and stuff? Have you found a workaround?
Yeah. No, I haven't. No.
What I do is I turn off smooth images. That tends to, like, the images obviously are like, now you can see the pixels when you zoom in, but the text, when you're reading the text, it's a lot sharper. So a little helpful.
That's like the old, you know what? And Dan's gonna like this one. This is like on the old CRTs, you get the sharpness control, same kind of thing.
Well,
right.
It's the same thing. Yeah, it would blur. It was slightly blurred thing.
Right.
So nostalgic for old tech. Talk about screen readers. So the reason why I brought it up is Frame Scientific just came out with a new version of JAWS 26. They also have ZoomText 26 and Fusion 26 as well. The reason why I bring it up is because they added a feature in JAWS 26 that I thought was pretty cool. They have the AI function. They have the Picture Smart AI. They added, I think, last version or two ago. But they also added now Page Explorer, which I haven't had a chance to play much with, but apparently you can use AI to kind of analyze the website, see what's on there and the best approach to navigate the website as a screen reader user. Yeah. But there's also been a bit of iffiness because some people who have, like, the example, the home annual license, they don't get this feature because only if you have I think there's like the monthly subscription one, you get a certain amount of time using this feature like per month, while the pro license you have like unlimited, which I think people were like, that's kind of not fair, which I do agree at a certain point. But honestly, I haven't really found myself using that Page Explorer feature that much. I use a Picture Smart AI a lot when we have like people putting memes on our group chats, or if we have images that show up on the website, I can then use Picture Smart AI if it doesn't have all text to kind of give me a description of what it is. But other than that, like that's probably the only AI stuff I use for that JAWS. But it's out there. It's another version like all the others. I know some people have been saying with 26 in the US, they've introduced the Vispero account now. So you have to log into an account in order to access some of the new AI stuff. Some people aren't crazy about that.
The thing is, they don't want to have a profile on them. That's why, right? That's the whole reason. I've heard some, like, I think Double Tap had somebody from Freedom Scientific on. They talked about this. From what I understand, like, yeah, your data is going to be protected, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm like Shane, an old guy where it's like, I miss the days of just standalone software. You buy it, you own it, you install it, and that's it. If you want to have a new version, you go out and buy that version again. But having all these subscriptions now, or only certain people had this, I'm like, no, like seriously, like
it's the worst of everything now, because like the downside. Okay, you bought, say, whatever 4.0. That's what you had.
Yeah.
Maybe if you wanted to go and get an update, you would have to go and get the floppy and put the floppy in if there was an update. But at least you owned it. It didn't expire. Like until, of course, years down the road, you had the OS's update. Then it may expire. But with Windows, Windows had a good reputation of taking software from way back when and still using it. Mm-hmm. And that was one thing. Now you don't even have that. You have a subscription term, and the only thing they can say, well, you get the updates. Well, maybe I don't want the updates. Maybe I'm happy with 4. I know lots of people who are happy with, and they still use Microsoft Office 2003.
Yeah,
and they're happy with that.
Oh yeah.
I have 2021 that I bought, and I love it. But I don't want to update. Like, I don't have the Copilot feature. Couldn't care less. For me, it's like word processing, Excel spreadsheets, and maybe Outlook I use primarily. But those are the only 3 apps I use, and I don't want to pay a subscription. Like, I don't care about Copilot or anything like that. I actually uninstalled the Copilot app off my Windows machine. I'm like, I don't want it. I don't need AI. If I want to use AI, I'll use it on my phone. But other than that, no.
My wife absolutely hates Copilot. Hates it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's so many. There are so many subscriptions now. If you look at people's accounts, they're like, "Where is my money going?" When you subscribe here, there.
Yeah, when I get like a subscription, for example, like I just reactivated YouTube Premium because I'm like, I got tired of the ads. Sajandeep spoiled me because a few months ago, I'm like, I'm just gonna try it for a month, and now once that month expired, I went back to ads. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have the ads again. Oh no. And so I'm like, for Christmas, I'll reactivate it for a month. But every time I do a subscription, I always go back to my Apple ID and I cancel it right away. And I usually have access for it for the month, no problem. But I cancel it. That way, if I forget about it, no big deal. It'll run out. And if I want to reactivate it again, I'll go back and I'll do it again and I'll cancel it again right away. And that way, I only have it for the time I want.
Shane, I don't know if you noticed this, but Apple being Apple, if you subscribe to an Apple free trial, let's say I did it for News Plus. It was a free trial for News Plus. Yeah. I subscribed. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go cancel it just in case I get charged $16. All right. If I like it, I'll go resubscribe if I like it, right?
That reminds me.
And I went to go unsubscribe, and they're like, if you cancel your free trial, you're gone. You're gonna lose your access. And I'm like, why, Apple? Why are you doing this?
Some companies do that, and I think that sucks.
Because you're like, I know. I don't know if it's like if you paid, let's just say you pay $16, will you still have it for the month, or if you cancel it, you're gonna lose it right away? I don't know.
You just remind me, by the way, I got to go into Luma Booth and cancel that. A charge went through for Luma Booth for another month, and I'm not happy because that's like $26.95 a month.
Oh, jeez.
And Luma Booth, just for the audience, Luma Booth is a popular app that's used for those of us who operate photo booths that use iPads, and it's a pretty decent app. I mean, it's not perfect. Peyton could tell you about the flaw or the bugs, but it gets the job done. And people are like, it's easy to use, easy to set up. But unfortunately, we did our last photo booth last night for the year, and I forgot to unsubscribe, and it got me for another $30.
I hate it. So you see, the thing is, I subscribed for Tanner Share Reboot or Reboot. Have you heard of that before? It's an application if your phone ever gets stuck in a boot loop, or if it gets stuck in a any like Apple logo, whatever, you can use that software to get yourself stuck out of it or whatever. So it was like it was $35 for a month. Yeah. All right, like okay, fine. I one of my dad's friends' phone got, because I think he put way too many photos, and the memory was so full that the phone died. And then when he went to reboot it again, it was stuck in an Apple logo. So in order for me to like get the thing working again, I'm like, you know what? Let me try this application. I bought it and I fixed that phone. But then I got an email yesterday saying, that your trial is up. I'm like, okay, let me go cancel the renewal, right? I log into my account. Sorry, you have to contact us, send an email, fill out a form to, I'm like, oh my God, what the heck? So because of that, just that annoying experience, because there's an account, you can go to your account, you have your subscription there. There should be a button to cancel the darn thing, not to go to the support of their website, fill a whole entire form. There's a CAPTCHA there that's not even accessible. I had to go tell my mom, Mom, can you like tell me what these numbers are so I can just punch them in? And it wasn't working. So I refreshed it. Finally, it worked. And then I sent the thing, and then now it's finally canceled. And then they send me emails like 50% off for another 2 months. I'm like, nope.
Yeah. I'm going to try to bring it back in. I don't want to do that, but the joys of software, I tell you. But it's a subscription world nowadays, I tell you. But anyway, so anybody using JAWS, I like it. It's great. Compared to previous last year, I'm like, not much difference really. It's the same. Like every year, it's pretty much the same thing, version by version. They have new little features. Like for me, like the Picture Smart AI was the one thing I'm like, that is worth it. But Page Explorer, don't use as much. And but I only get it because of work. I use it work because we do testing for accessibility. Our work keeps our licenses up to date, and we get to play around with the new versions and see what it's like. But honestly, I don't think it's worth the upgrade. It's like it's nice, but. Anyways,
there are like things that I noticed. You know how with voiceover, when you're like navigating, you'll say possibly back button, possibly this button. There's like built-in like machine learning where it kind of understands where the focus is on the screen, and then she sees the shape. It's a back arrow. It could have said back arrow. It said possibly back button, indicating, it could be a back button, letting the user know. So things like that, I think they're improving. Yeah. But not, I mean, what else can they do, right?
Like I'm still waiting for that. I know that last for JAWS 2025, they had a sort of a contest where people could introduce like new features they'd like to see, and they could win the like if I guess Freedom Scientific liked what they had the idea, they could say, great, you won. I'm guessing there was probably a prize, but they would then try to implement that feature. That's where Picture Smart AI came from. But last for 2025, I think there's another podcaster, Christopher. That's what's his name. He's on Double Tap a few times, and he's the one that actually introduced what's called VOCR. So on the Mac, you have the VOCR app that you can help. If you have an accessible application, you can run the tool and it will actually OCR and then label stuff, and you can then interact with that application. That would be awesome because I have the Stream Deck app, and it'd be great because that app is not the most accessible with JAWS. It would be nice if they could have that just so I could play around with that. That feature hasn't come out yet. It's still in the works, I guess. So I hope they come out with it soon because it'd be nice to have that, but oh well. Anyways, last on the list, Red Dead Redemption. Apparently that's coming out, Saj.
It's actually out now.
It's one, right?
It's out. It's from Rockstar. They make great games.
Grand Theft Auto,
and some other games. Like GTA Vice City that I used to play on the PlayStation 2 is on the iPhone and iPad, and even on Android it is. And Red Dead is another game that I used to play on the PlayStation 2. Now I think it's more of a latest, more updated version of it. But they made that to the App Store. It's a little bit more expensive than, I can't remember, I think it was like $20-something, where GTA was like $5 or $10. So
I mean, can you play GTA on your phone?
Yeah.
Like the full-on Vice City?
Yes.
Like, oh my goodness. Geez.
Yeah, it's the phones are so powerful now that GTA Vice City is on their phone. And you can even connect a PlayStation 3 or Xbox controller and boom.
Yeah.
Have
I
fun.
remember when I had some eyesight, I bought myself I was a big PC gamer in the 90s, and eventually I'm like, you know what, I every time I looked at a game, it's like, oh, you have to have this type of video card, this type of this. I'm like, I can't afford to upgrade all that stuff. So I'm like, I'll go for a game console. So I was like deciding PlayStation, Xbox, and I eventually landed on the Xbox, and I loved it. It was great. It was, at the time, when the PlayStation 2 was out and you had the Xbox, the original one, the Xbox, at least in my mind, had the most power than the PlayStation 2. Now it's pretty much up to par, both of them. But back then, like the Xbox was it. I'm like, all right, great. And I bought it. And then eventually when they had Grand Theft Auto, I was like, oh, I want that, but it was only on the PlayStation. But then they came out with the double pack, which had GTA 3 and GTA Vice City for the Xbox, and I bought that sucker. I'm like, I played that for hours and hours and hours.
You don't even realize
played
it
San
sometimes.
Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 4, but then lost my eyesight, so I couldn't play. I think I played the DLCs as well for GTA 4, the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost and Damned, which is another one.
Yep.
And I love those games. Like I couldn't drive a car, so for me, I would use GTA to drive, and I realized I'm a sucky driver. Granted, I kept going over red lights and driving over people, so I was like, I was having a lot of fun with that. So
no one pays attention to those.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun playing that. But I'm glad I actually played Red Dead Redemption as well for a bit, and that was it was weird, like instead of stealing cars, you're stealing horses. It's kind of weird, but it was fun. But that's actually the end. We're at no more. Like anything else you guys want to add to talk
So
about?
Shane, well, I was gonna say Shane, do you what console? If you guys played with a console, your son played with a console, which one does he use, and what kind of games do you guys like to play together, or anything?
Okay, I'm not really a gamer myself.
Okay.
Maybe because I was a young kid, I was traumatized by how much I sucked playing games, and I didn't want to have like bad experiences again and again and again. You know, I know when I'm not good at something, I'm like, no, I'll move on to the next.
Not for you. Okay.
Now,
Fair.
Peyton, I'll tell you, if you got a couple minutes, I'll tell you the story about Peyton and the Switch.
Yeah.
So the Switch came out in 17. Peyton was 10. We lined up and got it on the day it came out, and he got it. He was happy with it, but over time there was issues with the Joy-Cons. There was some issues there, known issues.
Yep.
But he found out that he could. There was an exploit in that particular Switch that was patched since, and the later ones, that he could put Android on it.
Oh no way!
He could. So anyway, he's like, and around that time the Switch OLED came out.
Yep.
So we got him the Switch OLED. So he had two Switches.
Yep.
And then he said, we were on the Shoppers Drug Mart site, and he saw the original Switch there again, and he got us to go and get a Switch for him off the Shoppers Drug Mart with our Optima points. So we got, so he had three Switches.
Three, okay.
So
wait, one OLED, but two regular ones, right?
Yeah, two regular ones.
Okay.
But he wanted to make the first one into an Android.
Yep.
So here's what he did. Well, the as the British would say, was the first one was completely knackered in terms of the controllers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he got the new Switch. He took the main board out of the original Switch, put it in a new Switch, put the Android on that Switch. I'm not sure what he did with the other main board for the new Switch or the new non-OLED Switch. If that wasn't bad enough, he managed to get Android 11 onto it, I believe.
Oh my god!
He was very happy over that. And he still got his OLED Switch. And by the way, he got a Switch 2 as well. And anyway, he's like, I'd like to see through this. So he went on Amazon, I guess, or no, probably Alibaba or something like that.
Bought a clear frame.
Bought the clear one. So he took it off that, and then he replaced it. So he's got a transparent Switch up there running Android.
That's crazy.
Jeez.
That's wild. That's actually wild.
Kind of reminds me, Saj, you might remember this, but Doom, the old 80s or 90s PC game. People have been known to put that on a camera, on I think I want to say a photocopy or something. Like they put this game on everything, and they made it work. And I'm like, I was listening to a podcast called 20,000 Hertz. And if ever anybody that's a fan of audio, like check this out. They're really good podcast. I think they're made by De Facto Sounds, and the quality of audio is like next level. But they had a sort of a gaming contest for sound engineers, and it was like, oh, here's like 16 sounds, and it's like 3 different sound engineers that they've interviewed over the year, and it's like you guys have to try to guess it, and you win points and stuff like that. And they were playing sounds, and there was a couple of them, like one of them, like the sound of Dig Dug, the game, the arcade cabinet. I was like, when the guy's like, oh, it's from a game, and it's like it's got the past and present tense. I'm like, oh, that's Dig Dug, and they were all trying to guess it. Then they play another sound, and I heard it. I'm like, I know that sound. That's Doom. And they're like they're like guessing. They're not getting it at all. And I'm like, dude, that's Doom, man. What the heck?
That's what happened to me too. That happens to me too. Like, so there's a podcast that I listen to. It's called Waveform from MKBHD. In the end, they always do trivia, and they were like playing like PlayStation 2 sounds and like these sounds. I'm like, I know this sound. Come on, why are you not getting it? It's so simple. And I'm like sitting here like yelling at them, like, come on, it's this one.
Yeah. Well, it's impressive when we talk about like that specific sound from Doom. It was like when you killed one of the nymphs or the bad guys. It's actually camel sounds that they used. I was like, what? This is a camel? Oh my goodness. But it was impressive. Like, yeah, so anybody's looking at 20,000 Hertz, check it out. It's a great podcast. I think they even had like an episode a couple of years back on audio description, that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's really, really good. So, but anyways, we're going to stop it here because we've going, I don't want to bore everybody too much. But again, thanks, Shane, for joining us. It's
thank
awesome
you, Shane.
to have you.
Yes.
And if you want to plug anything else, like where can people find you?
You can find my website at Shane, SHANE, the THE, DJ as just DJ.com. And you can find me on all the socials except for Twitter, X, because you can find me there, but the problem is it's pretty dead.
Okay. Well, it was great to have you, dude. I guess we'll plug our stuff as well because, this is our podcast and we have to pay the lights. So if you guys want to email us or even pass an email out to Shane as well, you can reach out through us as well. We have an email called eyebytespodcast@gmail.com. You can reach us on X or the Twitter for the author formerly known as Twitter. You can eyeBytes Podcast, and you can reach us on YouTube at eyeBytes. So that's it. Anything else you guys want to bring up or?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna bring up that I am working on another podcast with some friends, some youth friends.
Trader.
And thank you. And it's gonna be called If You Can't See, and it's gonna be about, we're gonna have some interviews and stuff about if you can't see, blah blah blah. It could be in case the first episode that we already kind of recorded, I got to edit that too. So I now have 3 episodes to edit. It's basically about if you are on let's just say about EVs, basically, how now everything is all touchscreen, how it's not accessible, how we can make them accessible, or if you are walking down the street but you don't hear, the downs of not hearing a electric car, how they can improve that. There's a exterior speaker. How can we use that for our advantage, and things like that. So
great.
We have like 5-6 people there, and it's gonna be fun. We're interviewing different people, and so yeah, no, it's gonna be definitely fun. And that's coming out in January.
Hello, me. You could invite me if you want.
For sure, I will invite both of you guys at some point.
It's like
for sure.
Like, geez, we've only been doing this podcast for 3 years.
So take a look. It's coming out in January. I think near the end, the way that we're gonna be doing it is we might be putting like a trailer on like what's coming out about it first in January. Early January, and then in like late January we'll do the episode on the EV. So
awesome.
Again, the podcast is called If You Can't See, and yeah,
great, awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And we can't finish the episode without wishing everybody hopefully a happy holidays, because we are recording this near Christmas. So want to take a moment from all of us to everybody out there. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and be merry and have a lot of fun. So anyways,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, exactly. So from me as well. Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, and we'll have a episode.
It's Merry Christmas, by the way, not Happy Christmas. It's Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, just so you know.
In the UK, it's Happy Christmas, though.
Oh yeah, okay. We're not in the UK, we're in Canada, so we say Merry Christmas, dude. Just so you know.
It's all good, man. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll have we'll have a new episode in January with Shane talking about all about DJ and all that. So look out for that, and there's gonna be a next level episode. I think I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun recording it, and I'm sure Shane did, and Dan did, and we'll catch you next year.
Yeah. All right. Good. Take care, guys.
Oh, by the way, one thing to make kind of tease you guys. I talked so much that my brain was deprived of oxygen, and I felt drunk half the time. Just to let you know.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, anyways, take care, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday break. And like I said, guys, catch the interview next in January. We'll catch you guys in the new year.
Bye.
Cheers.